So, guess who's about to go through some things? Guess who? Mr. Donald John Trump and his churn. As my mom says, churn. Or his children. Yeah, they about to go through some shit. So, my AG is dope. I love her. I always love her. I love her dearly. I think she put out a statement, and I'm going to find it on Twitter because it's somewhere here. But Mr. Donald John Trump is about to go through some shit. He about to be in the federal prison upstate with all the crooks. Hey, Kay, what's poppin'? So, trying to find my AG statement somewhere here. AG James. There we go. Because she has 2 Twitter accounts. Oh, no, I don't see the official statement. But, the Trump administration, well, not the Trump administration, the Trump organization, which is down a block from where I live, is about to, they're under a criminal investigation. Basically, Donald Trump and his organization, including his 2 adult kids, Don Jr. and Eric Trump, are all under a criminal investigation. The Trump organization. Yup. Tish is coming for that ass. I mean, in all honesty, the Trump organization has been doing dirty shit before I was born. And I was born in 1986. So they've been doing shit since the 1970s. And they've been getting away with a lot of shit. They got away with the whole casino thing in the 1980s. The whole building shit, kicking out of people in their buildings in the 1980s and the 1990s and even the 2000s. Trump University. Donald Trump has sold like 30, 40, almost damn near 50 years of criminal activity. And he has got away with it time and time again. And now since he served in the highest office of the land, which I still don't know how that happened, it's all on full display. That's what happens when you run for a political office. Your whole shit is exposed. Always been crooked. Exactly, Kay. If you from New York, you already know what time it is. And Wagwan, Queen Lion, you already know what time it is. This is Christmas to me. Always been Christmas to me. I'm going to give you a short story. I'm just not a Trump hater. I never liked Donald Trump and his family. When I was a little girl, that man was always in the news for some fucking scandal all the time. He cheated on his wife, publicly known. He has got away with duking people out of deals. His ass almost got killed by the mob, like twice. He's also responsible for people, being pushed out of their apartments during the whole thing of gentrification under Michael Bloomberg. Because it started with Giuliani, but it was really further in Michael Bloomberg. Donald Trump has been in bed paying off the Italian mob for decades because they know if he don't pay them, because he tried not to give them their money one time. He tried not to give them their money one time. And trust me, if you watch anything with the mob, and I'm not talking about the Sopranos, I'm talking about New York mobs. Like New York Italian mobs. They're about that life. Your body would be in a meat packing supermarket, meat butcher market, in the river, probably in the Hudson River somewhere. Like, I am so happy just to see that man, just to see that son of a bitch, and yes, I'm saying that son of a bitch getting what he deserved. And I'm so glad my AG from Brooklyn not playing no games. Yes, the New York mob is built different. They built different. I don't want to be in the crossfires with them. I grew up around them. I grew up on what? Fifth Avenue, west side of Harlem. East side of Harlem was what? The freaking, thank you. Is what? The mob. Like on First, Second Avenue, Third Avenue. They over there. And still over there. Like I said, I'm surprised Donald Trump was alive enough to even run for office. But it takes a black woman from the projects, from Brooklyn, to make Donald Trump be accountable for all his shit that he has done for decades. And I say decades. And his kids, they were under investigation for the whole nonprofit shit too. All three of them. I'm not sure about Jared because he's the son-in-law. But all three of them are under investigation. Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka. Yeah, all of them. They were being investigated before Tish got in it, and she took it even further. And I'm not surprised that DeSantis is going to protect him. DeSantis is nothing but a piece of shit neither. And yes, I said it. He looks like a dirty rat. A sewage rat. He's not even from New York City. And he's a sewage rat. Like the New York sewage rat that's down in Florida. Contaminating Florida. And he's dumb. And the crazy part is, DeSantis went to Harvard. Y'all want to rescind that degree? Can't y'all rescind his degree? And what is it? John Kennedy's degree, and I believe Brianna Gray's degree. Well, Brianna earned her shit, but she's still a dum-dum. But can y'all rescind his degree? Seriously. Deadass. Because that shit is all, like, this is how many dumb people that went to Harvard. But who am I? But he better worry about Matt Gaetz because I think he's a part of that shit with Matt Gaetz too. Quiet as a cat. But y'all all want to talk about the New York governor getting this and getting that. I said, nope, the GOP got drama too. Yes, Democrats are not perfect, but the New York, the Republicans got drama. And the two Republicans running for governor in New York, they're problematic. They're problematic. Don't get me started with the Giuliani family because I grew up under that administration. Terrible. And Led Zeppelin from Long Island. Long Island's trash. The man is a whole entire punk. He's scared of questioning. Let's see. He supported the insurrection and still supports the insurrection. And he did not give stimulus to his people in Long Island. And Long Island's not that many rich people. There are working class poor people out there. And there's more black people out there. Quiet as a cat. Freeport. Hello. And Kevin McCarthy, he's nothing but a punk ass. He's scared of his own members of his party, including Donald Trump. How are you scared of somebody that run their mouth? Donald Trump runs his mouth. Donald Trump is not about that life. I can tell you that right now. Anyone that grew up in New York City know Donald Trump was never, ever about that life. He's not Hakeem Jeffries and he's not Tish James. They're about that life. My congressman, Adriana Espaillat, is about that life. That man is not about that life. He's a whole bitch. Donald Trump is a whole entire punk. Donald Trump is scared of the Gambino family. So me seeing him go to jail and all the criminals out there and all the known criminals, he's gonna go somewhere where all the known criminals in New York was at upstate. Oh my God. They're gonna beat his ass. Because he incited an insurrection. And you know guys in prison, they may be bad, but they don't like no shit like that. I can tell you that right now. And Marco Rubio better worry too, because Val Demings is no crazy, she's no progressive. No. She's a standard Democrat, and she's gonna whoop that ass. So I'm ready. Florida needs a new senator. And Rick Scott, if Marco Rubio lose, Rick Scott is next. Because Rick Scott is all types of stupid. I'm mad Bill Nelson lost, because Bill Nelson actually would have got his people some funding. But cousin, I didn't know you're friends with the Gambinos. Oh shit, you about that life too, cuz. But yeah, I mean, the GOP is just a whole mess. Rubio won by 8 points last time. He has lots of strength with Hispanics, but I will say Demings is flawless. Yes, she is flawless. She just got to run on things that the Democrats done. And that's a whole nother thing with the midterms. I'm just going to speak briefly on this because I'm not going to speak a lot on this. If Democrats want to really take charge of the Senate and keep majority of the House, they need to run on things that they have done since Joe Biden has been in office and Kamala Harris. They need to run on the American Rescue Plan, the American Jobs Plan, COVID-19, vaccinations. They need to run on stuff like that. Accomplishments. Run on the accomplishments and what we can do further. Not like fund the police, which I'm pretty sure they're going to move away from that because it's not as popular. And even here in New York City, the slogan, defund the police, is not popular because there was a poll saying people in New York, believe it or not, even though as progressive as we are in New York City, that slogan is not popular with defund the police. It's not popular. And it broke it down by ages, even though younger people prefer, funding to be stripped. But it's not that many young people that, I don't know, was polled. But overall, with all numbers, it's not popular here. So these progressives that live out of New York, or the ones that have been living here less than 5 years, this message is for y'all. You guys don't know New York City politics like that. I'm not saying New York State, New York City politics like that. You don't. You don't know how people vote. You don't know who goes to early voting in terms of, when it's a primary time or just early voting. We just started early voting, but it seems like more older people go to early voting and more older people go to primaries. If it wasn't for the elderly people, especially the elderly black people, we wouldn't have stability right now in this country. New York City, and even New York State politics, there's some red districts upstate. And some of them are moderate. Hey, Isaiah. But overall, New York politics, especially New York City politics, is dirty. It's a wild beast. And it's not progressive as people think it is. We may pass progressive legislation, but it's not as progressive. Elderly black and elderly Hispanic people go out and vote in primaries. The polling numbers, some people are mad about the polling numbers, that why she went down. I mean, she had a great debate performance, because even though I am still voting for her, she's my ranked number one, but the ground game has to be better. Like, you gotta go, even if you gotta go to some church functions outside, just to talk about your campaign, you gotta meet with people where they are. Because these gentrifiers, they're not trustworthy going to a primary. It's older Black and Hispanic people. They vote. They want to know what you're going to do. Like, how are you going to reshape the city? Because it's all about who's ready day one. You got to be ready day one, because we got hit the hardest with COVID. And when this city does bad economically, all other places in the state, in the country does bad. Because New York State has the #1 economy, but New York City is the reason why the whole state of New York has a booming economy. And shockingly, and Morales moved up above Maya, number 6. Y'all know the ground game got to get better. The ground game got to get better. Even though there's certain things with Morales, like she hold hands some of these gentrifiers. I don't like. I can't. I don't. I'm not going to reach out and touch. People are like, why are you not going to reach out and touch? I don't want to reach out and touch. Because since they've been here, they've been rude and disrespectful. And they don't speak to the elderly people. I don't like that. And they act like they don't want to be in the same vicinity as you. But you moved in my neighborhood. You're the reason why half of my people had to leave, because they can't afford to be here to make space for y'all. So the least you can do is talk to the elderly Black folks and the elderly Hispanic folks, because they might save your life when you're in danger. But anyway, she does a lot of that catering shit. I don't like that shit. But I give her respect from her debate performance last Thursday. She held her own. And she did very well. And I appreciate that. Because you got to hold your own in this. And then everybody is criticizing me of also liking Adams too. I like the fact that he'll be ready day one as well. The only 2 people I see being ready day one is Maya, even though she tanked a little bit in the polls, and Adams. Because the vision that they have for the city to rebuild this economy is robust. And you need robust shit. Because Bill de Blasio put us in a mess in his bungled up COVID response. If it wasn't for the governor stepping in, we would be fucked all the way. We would have had more people dying. Literally, more people dying. But, yeah, you need people who's going to be ready day one. Day one. And the only one I see ready day one is Wiley and Adams. If I had to put a number 3, it'd probably be between the 2 other women, Morales and Garcia. And Garcia, for the person that got the New York Times endorsement and the Daily News endorsement, and your debate performance was like that? Sis, really? Y'all could have gave that shit to Wiley. Or the Morales or the Adams. Because they did great in their debate performance. Those are the 3 that did the best in the debate performance. They did good. They held their own. They stuck to the questions. And that's that. And Garcia's weak tea. She acts like she's more of a cabinet member than a candidate for mayor. She's not that great. Was it Ray McGuire gives me Bloomberg vibes. Sean Donovan is just blah, 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 blah. And Scott Stringer is just a whole entire mess. And let's see. I don't even talk about Yang because I don't take him seriously. But it's two people ready day one. Oh, both Curtis and Fernando Mateo are the knuckleheads. Are they Republican candidates? Because the Republican Party in New York State overall, it's not strong. They're not popular. They not. Blame Giuliani and what's his name? Pataki. But yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure both of them are going to get beaten by whoever's the nominee. Yeah, he gives you Tim Scott vibes. He gives me Bloomberg vibes. He benefited from this gentrification shit too. So I'm just like, Nabi. That's why the two black candidates, Wiley and Adams, are my ranking 2. I got to see who's going to be the number 3. Because those two, Maya's number 1, Eric is number 2. Because you need somebody that's going to turn this shit around. This shit is a mess here in New York. The school system is a mess. The housing situation is a mess. Let's see. The COVID response was a mess. If it wasn't for Andrew Cuomo, we would be a dire mess. Hospitals is a mess. Let's see. I said housing. The economic situation is a mess. Everything's a mess. So, yeah. I don't know why Jay-Z endorsed him. And that's enough. Yeah, no. And I don't think Jay-Z even live here anymore. I think they live in California. Like, they don't live here no more. And I think he got a Diddy endorsement too. And that still ain't helping him. He's trailing behind Maya. He's trying to get Maya's support, I believe. And then he's trying to get Adam's support, which everybody knows that's not happening. Yeah, he never went back to Marcy Projects. Yeah, I know the Carters is in California. That's what I'm saying is like, nah. But to those who trying to give their opinion, try to go in my comments and say, like, I need to support all women candidates. Let me tell you something. I am supporting the candidates that's ready day one. And that is Maya Wiley and Eric Adams. 2 ranking choices because it's a ranking primary. Those are 2 that will be ready day one to clean up the mess that has happened in New York for the last almost 30 years. Almost the last 30 fucking years. Since Rudolph Giuliani, it's been a mess. Him, Bloomberg, now de Blasio. All 3 of them. That's a 30-year span. Yep, he is leading over Andrew Yang. And everybody's telling me, Shantae, don't put him in your ranking choice. Suck my dick. I'm going to do what I want to do. He is number 2. Maya's number 1. Because I like what she's saying. And I like her commercial. She has one of the best commercials. I'm happy that she got a commercial. The only one that don't got a commercial is Diane. I don't know why the DSA is behind her. Why y'all don't have a commercial for that lady? Why is she the only one without a commercial? Everybody else got a commercial. Scott Stringer got 3 commercials. He got 3. Let's see. Catherine Garcia's commercials trash. Andrew Yang got 2 commercials. Maya Wiley got like an online ad and a commercial. And I believe Adams got 1 commercial and an online ad. Where's Diane's commercial? Oh, yeah, I forgot Ray McGuire and Sean Donovan. That's how much they unserious they are. Like, why Diane Morales has no ad? And I'm not supporting her, but why she has no ad? Like, every candidate should have an ad, and it should be all over TV. Because as I've been seeing a lot is Maya's ad. Let's see. Catherine Garcia's 1 lousy-ass commercial. Eric Adams' commercial, Scott Stringer's commercials, Sean Donovan's commercial, Ray McGuire's commercial. Let's see, who else commercial? And Andrew Yang's stupid ass commercials. And the only ones I don't see is Diane Morales. So DSA, if you backing this woman, except for Treat y'all backing this woman, why y'all not giving her money to give her a campaign ad? That shit is ridiculous. Her shit should be all over TV. Because everybody else shit all over TV. But enough of that. I gotta put some people on blast. Because there are people that, why does Andrew Yang wear a cap that says, because he's an idiot. So this person decides that they want to troll me with their 35 followers. I blocked his ass, by the way. Oh, wow. That's crazy, cousin. So this guy, I don't know who he is. He called him Border Base. He said, why you say you are addicted to tweeting? I didn't answer. I think you are too intelligent to abuse the expression far leftist. Also, socialism, please don't mistake good quality welfare for socialism. We Scandinavians are sick and tired of being called socialists just because we are capitalists who take of each other. Socialism is when the workers own production. I have good faith in you, but please don't ruin it by misunderstanding political ideology. It's not worth it. First of all, you live in Scandinavia. I live in America. And these quote-unquote fake-ass socialists abuse the word socialist like they abuse the word progressive. And that's a fact. I don't like when people try to police my tone and tell me that I can't speak how I want to speak. I can say what I want to say. It's my words. It's my mouth. And how I feel about these fake-ass, far leftist socialists is the way I feel. So you Border Base, you have been blocked with your 35 followers, and you can stay in Scandinavia and stay out of my American Twitter business. Is another person. And this person is a psycho. He likes to quote my tweets for whatever reason. I have no idea. But let me just find it. Thank you. Trying to look for it. It's here. Because this guy's a psycho. I got trolled today apparently because I voted for Hillary Clinton, not for the Green Party, so I have blood on my hands. Ignore them fools. Because all they try to do is just try to troll, and it's ridiculous. No, that's not it. Sorry, people. Here we go. So, I put out a video basically saying the caption. Overall, I wish these people like Nick, Ryan, Brianna, Katie, David, and the rest of them will stop grifting from the very same people that they are advocating for on a daily basis, which is true. And then here goes this high-tech bum. All you socialists can shut the F up and eat a dick, because that's what I said. I see Bree Joy, Socialist MMA, and Unholy, I don't know who this unholy guy is, raising class consciousness in our communities. They are providing mutual aid to our communities. They are speaking out on American imperialism. So no, we don't have to shut the fuck up. And his name is Comrade, whatever his name is, at T Davis, at T Davis 8218. So let me tell you something, Mr. Davis. Brianna Gray and Nick, the Fred Hampton socialist, they're not raising awareness of any kind. They're not distributing resources to your community. They're not giving money to your community. You know what they're doing? They're grifting from the very same people like you to fund their shit so they can live comfortably. That's what they're doing. They do not care about people. They care about enriching themselves. If they cared about y'all, y'all would have had Bernie in the office right now. And guess what? Bernie Sanders is not the president. He lost the primary twice. So, comrade, Mr. Davis, whatever your fucking name is, I blocked your ass, but stop quoting my tweets. Stop trying to slide in my DMs. Stop trying to slide in everything because yo bum ass need to stay out of my shit. And I almost forgot what I said. And you need to shut the fuck up too. And yes, you can eat a dick. But let me just explain something to these so-called Rose Twitter caucus, Twitter activists, cosplay socialists. Let me tell y'all something. I call out Brianna Gray, Katie Halper, Krista Ball, Ryan Knight, Nick, Fred Hampton socialist, David Serrata, and company. I call their asses out because they're fake and they're grifting off the very same people that they so-called is supposed to raise awareness for. They're not about helping people. They're not about uplifting people. They're about taking from you guys. And the last time I checked, shit ain't going well for them. Katie lost a job. Let's see. Brianna Gray and David Serrata has not been hired. Ryan Knight is losing his fucking mind on his Twitter page. What's his name? Nick is losing followers and he can't find a girl to love him like how people love Joe Biden. And the Hill seem like they're struggling just to maintain their viewership. So all those progressives that I called out, they're not doing that great. And tonight just marked the anniversary. Well, earlier in the day, because it's almost 12 o'clock, is marking the anniversary of my list. Because, yes, I'm going to post that shit tomorrow morning. That's right. So to all of you leftist fans out there, the Rose Twitter caucus, I know it's going to hurt y'all feelings, but if some of y'all follow me, I guess some of you should unfollow me because I'm still going to have my 10,000 followers and maybe more. I said what I said. Brianna Gray's not your friend. Ryan Knight's not your friend. Nick is not your friend. David Serrata's not your friend. Katie Harper's not your friend. Walker Bragman's not your friend. Crystal Ball's not your friend. None of those motherfuckers ain't your friends. They're not your allies. They don't care about you. They care about taking your money per month. They're not raising awareness about Medicare for all. All they're doing is running their mouth. They're not out there on the streets protesting Medicare for all. Like I said, if they cared about y'all, Bernie Sanders would have been in office. And guess what? His ass ain't. Because most of y'all motherfuckers stayed home during the primaries last year. So, as I said, to Comrade and to all them people, well, I didn't say this to Comrade, but I said it's to Brianna Gray and them, you guys can eat a dick. But let me read y'all comments. Exactly. They spend so much time attacking Biden and saying that he's a shitty candidate while totally ignoring the fact that he won the black vote by a landslide. And Nina Turner stays silent and complete. And that's another thing. Nina Turner had a whole ass interview with Charles Blow. And pretty much she just tried to rewrite history and revise history. Lady, there's 2 threads I did on you. There's so much tape and video on you disrespecting the Democratic Party. The rap sheet is so long. The receipts are out there. And trust me, nobody's deleting their shit. You may delete all your tweets, but people got screenshots and people got video. And I got video. I got 2 threads on Miss Turner. And trust me, those receipts are going to follow her during her campaign. And guess what? Chantel reminded her and reminded everybody that supported Nina that she is not for the Democratic Party. For the last 5 years, she's been helping the white man splan their talking points about socialism. She voted for Joe Stein. And I believe she voted for Howie Hawkins' dusty looking ass. She had a podcast called Hello Somebody. Also, she was on Ryan Knight's bullshit ass podcast before he became amped up, whatever it is, talking about the Democratic Party and criticizing the Democratic Party. She even said voting for Biden was like eating a bowl of shit. And then she said about our vice president and saying that's what Wall Street wanted. But then try to align yourself with her because now you're running for Congress. Don't do that. Don't motherfucking do that. We don't need that. We don't want your support. You go ahead, you run for Congress, you do what you do, and keep the vice president's name out your mouth. And that's that. But to all the people that disrespected Hillary Clinton online, let me tell y'all something. I know y'all inching in y'all panties or your boxers or your briefs or whatever that the conservative majority might overturn shit. But you know what? It's your fault. When the Supreme Court was at stake, you decided to not vote for your morals. Some of y'all decided to stay home. Some of y'all voted for Joe Stein, Russian looking ass. And half of y'all voted for Trump. And that's what happened. So I don't want to hear shit coming out of y'all mouths. And as for Miss Tlaib, I understand your family, everything's going on in Palestine. But approaching the president and the vice president, well, approaching the president and his wife, like you about that life? No, sis. That shit ain't cool. I want to know, where was that energy 2 years ago when you came into Congress and Donald Trump was playing footsie with Bibi Minatu, whatever his last name is? What happened to that? You were silent. Were you? Yep, sure was. You ain't say shit. You ain't saying not a goddamn thing. So now you got it's a new president, a part of your party, allegedly. You want to approach him like you his woman and shit. Don't do that. Because you did not have that same smoke for Donald Trump nor Mike Pence. But y'all got smoke for Biden. And all the people that got smoke for Biden. And another thing. And another thing. I got to address this too. I know I wasn't going to talk long. But this whole thing with Political. I'll just read the caption because this shit makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. So here it is. I'm trying to find it. Let me refresh my page. I'll just read the caption. After nearly 4 months in office, Vice President Kamala Harris, faces criticism that she hasn't struck the right balance, that she focused more often on being the United States' first black vice president than the first Asian American one. See, political be on that bullshit. They been on that bullshit when she ran for president, when she was being considered to be vice president, then when got selected vice president, and now been elected, and they still with the bullshit. The vice president has embraced both her Indian heritage and her Jamaican heritage. Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, what do y'all want? She gotta say every day, yes, being, the first Southeast Asian and Jamaican vice president. No! She's been picked because she was qualified. She had the whole qualifications, and she can work with the vice president, now the president. Which he had got her, and he was part of the reason why she was in the Senate. Because he campaigned for her. How many times? How many times? If this was any other vice president, would y'all be doing this? No. The misogynoir and the racism is so thick and deep with these journalists. That's why, I don't take them so seriously. That's why I'm saying this mainstream media regurgitating this progressive, this co-opted and colonized progressive message, and the GOP's talking points and the white women talking points. That's why I don't take these so-called journalists seriously. Yes, and I'm saying it. Because y'all do shit like this. This fucking racism shit like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. So political, y'all can take your unserious journalism and flush it down the motherfucking toilet. And that's what I have to say. But so I end this tonight. The GOP is in a disarray. They're in a disarray. They're voting tomorrow for the bipartisan commission. You got some of these black GOP campaign folks, just a whole mess. One commercial today from Laverne, whatever her name is, not wearing no girdle under her dress. Like, they just a mess. That's why Democrats have to campaign hard, and they got to campaign on the stuff that they have done. You have done some good stuff so far under the Biden and Harris administration, and they need to continue to do so. So that's what I have to say. But until then, folks, have a good night. Be safe out here. Wear your mask. And it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. If you live in the Northeast, from Boston all the way to probably DC, you're going to experience some hot weather. So please wear some cool, comfortable clothes. And if you're a woman, if you wear over a size 8, wear a shaper under your clothes. If you're smaller than a size 8, please, if you're dark skinned, wear a black thong under your dress. If you're light skinned, wear a new thong under your dress. That's all I got to say. Oh, you live in the Midwest, Kyle. I live in the Northeast. Oh, you live in Canada. I live in the Northeast. So I experienced the 4 seasons. So until then, you have a good night.